Friend, you ever meet someone and just know something deeper is going on? Like, she's not just showing up, she's connecting. There's a shift in the way she looks at you, talks to you. Friend, shares things she doesn't tell anyone else. It's not surface level. It's not about playing games or keeping up appearances. This is a woman whose heart is starting to open up. Friend, not for the sake of being in love with love, but because something real is being felt. And let me tell you, emotional connection is not loud. It's not always fireworks or grand gestures. Most of the time, friend, it's in the little things that sneak up on you when you're not even paying attention. So how do you know she's emotionally connected to you? Not just interested, friend, not just into the idea of you, but really connected. There are signs, subtle, honest, beautiful signs that say, you're in here, you matter, I feel safe with you. And if you know what to look for, friend, you'll see them clear as day. First of all, let's talk about presence. Because when a woman starts feeling emotionally close to you, she stops multitasking you. You've got her attention, friend. And not because you demanded it or tried to earn it, but because something about being with you makes her want to be present. Her phone stays in her bag a little longer. She's not checking out of conversations. Friend, she remembers the details of things you say even when you forget you said them. You'll notice she starts looking at you in those quiet in-between moments, not with expectation, but with softness, friend. Like she's learning your face, your energy, the way your voice changes when you're tired or excited. That's her paying attention, not because she has to, but because she wants to. Because now you matter. Friend, then there's emotional vulnerability. And listen, vulnerability is not weakness. It's strength wrapped in trust. Friend, a woman who's emotionally connected to you is going to start letting you see what's underneath the armor. Not just the polished parts, the messy ones. She'll tell you things she doesn't tell everyone. Friend, maybe it's a fear she's been carrying or a dream she hasn't said out loud in years. Maybe it's a story from her past that shaped her, even if it still hurts a little to talk about. She'll let herself be seen, friend, piece by piece, and she'll watch to see how you hold that. Not because she's testing you, but because giving someone your truth is one of the most intimate things you can do. And she's doing it slowly, friend, bravely, because she's beginning to trust that her heart might be safe with you. Now here's one that gets overlooked. She starts showing up for you emotionally, friend. And I don't mean just asking how your day was, I mean really being there. A woman who's emotionally connected is tuned in. She starts to pick up on your moods. She notices when you're quiet, friend. Even if you say you're fine, she reaches out, checks in, not because she feels obligated, but because your feelings matter to her. Your emotional state is now part of her awareness. She listens differently. Friend, she holds space. She's not just waiting to talk. She's listening to understand, to support, to meet you where you are. And it's not always about fixing things. Sometimes, friend, it's just about sitting next to you in silence because she gets that being there is more powerful than saying the right thing. You'll also notice a shift in the way she includes you in her life. Friend, I'm not talking about parading you around or posting you all over her socials. I'm talking about the quiet integration. Suddenly, you're not just a person she sees, you're someone she includes. Friend, she starts mentioning things she wants to do with you, not just now, but in the future. Her language shifts from to without even realizing it. Friend, you'll find yourself invited into her world. Her routines, her plans, the stuff that matters to her. And it's not about being possessive or rushing things. It's about belonging. Friend, it's about the fact that she's starting to see you as part of her story, not just a guest star in one chapter. And if you really pay attention, you'll see it in how she reacts when things get hard. Friend, because emotional connection doesn't just show up in the good times. It's actually revealed in the moments of tension, disagreement, or even distance. When she's emotionally connected, friend, she doesn't walk away easily. She might get upset, she might need space, but she comes back. She wants to repair, she wants to understand. Friend, she doesn't see conflict as a reason to leave. She sees it as something you move through together. That's emotional maturity. That's connection. Friend means she's invested enough to work through the hard stuff. Instead of shutting down, it means your relationship isn't just based on convenience. It's based on care, friend. Also, and this one's big, she starts showing her love in your language. Now, I don't just mean love languages like gifts or touch or words. I mean, friend. She starts noticing what makes you feel seen and tries to meet you there. Maybe she starts texting you good luck before a meeting because she knows that affirmation gives you a boost, friend. Maybe she remembers your favorite coffee order and shows up with it on a random Tuesday. Maybe she learns the music you like, or the way you like to be touched, or the kinds of conversations that bring you alive. Friend, she's studying you not like a project, but like a person she wants to know deeply. Friend, because emotional connection isn't just about feeling close. It's about wanting to love someone in the way they can receive it best. And here's the last one, but honestly, it might be the most beautiful. Friend, she finds joy in your joy. Like when something good happens to you, she lights up, not performatively, genuinely. She celebrates you not out of obligation, but because your wins feel like her wins. Friend, she wants to see you thriving, and not just because you're her person, but because seeing you happy brings her happiness too. That's deep connection. Friend, that's when the line between May and you starts to gently blur into something more intimate, a kind of shared emotional landscape where what touches one heart ripples into the other. Now, friend, none of this happens overnight. Emotional connection isn't a button you push. It's a slow unfolding. It takes time, presence, and patience. And sometimes people mistake intensity for connection. Friend, they think passion, chemistry, or deep conversations at 3 a.m. automatically equal closeness. But real connection, it lives in consistency. It lives in the daily choosing, in how she shows up for you emotionally. Friend, not just when things are romantic or exciting, but when they're quiet, ordinary, or even tough. Friend, you'll know she's emotionally connected when she's not trying to impress you anymore. She's just being herself, and she trusts that it's enough. You'll know it in how she lets you in, friend, and also how she invites herself into your inner world, gently, respectfully, like someone who's come not to take, but to share. You'll feel it in the way she's rooting for you, friend, even when you're not at your best. You'll see it in how she handles your vulnerability, not like a burden, but like a gift, friend. You'll notice that she starts using words like safe, seen, and heard, not because she's trying to convince you, but because she's feeling those things for real. The truth is, friend, emotional connection is rare, not because people aren't capable of it, but because it requires a certain level of honesty, presence, and openness that not everyone's ready to give, friend. But when she is ready and she starts showing these signs, don't take it lightly. She's not just liking you, she's letting you into the quiet spaces of her heart, letting you matter, friend, letting you be someone who gets to witness her, not just in the curated moments, but in the real ones. That's not just romance. That's intimacy. That's emotional depth, friend. And when it's mutual, when you both start showing up like that, that's where something real begins. So if you're seeing these signs, slow down and notice them. Don't rush through them. Let them land, friend. Let them teach you how to show up in return. Because when a woman is emotionally connected to you, you are holding something sacred. Not a performance, not a checklist, but a heart, a real, whole, friend, complex heart that has chosen to trust you. That's worth everything. Let me know if you'd like this tailored further for a specific audience, tone, or platform, a TED Talk, podcast, Instagram Reel. Friend, of course. Here's the continued speech, flowing naturally from where we left off, keeping the same warm, emotionally intelligent, slightly sassy tone, expanding on nuances of emotional connection, how it deepens, friend, how it can be misunderstood, and what it really means when it shows up consistently. And here's something else people don't talk about enough. When a woman is emotionally connected to you, friend, she becomes emotionally invested in how you feel, not just how you make her feel. That's an important distinction. It means she doesn't just come around when you're entertaining, affectionate, or full of energy, friend. She's still there when you're quiet, withdrawn, unsure of yourself. She's not measuring your worth based on how well you can perform or provide. She's there for your being, not just your doing, friend. And the thing is, she doesn't make a big show about it either. She just starts weaving her care into your life in small, meaningful ways. Maybe it's the way she softens her tone when she senses you're overwhelmed, friend, or how she holds back advice because she realizes what you need is to be heard, not solved. That's emotional wisdom. That's the kind of care that says, I don't need you to be perfect. Friend, I just need you to be honest. You'll also start noticing that she remembers your emotional patterns, not in a manipulative way, not to use them against you, but to understand you better. Friend, like she'll know you get more quiet than usual when something's bothering you, or that you need space before you're ready to talk. Friend. And instead of trying to force a conversation or interpret your silence as rejection, she'll wait. She'll hold the space open. Because she's not just trying to be close to you. She's trying to meet you. Friend, that's what emotional connection really is. It's not about being attached at the hip or needing constant communication. Friend, it's about creating a space between two people where understanding grows, where both people feel like they can breathe and be without judgment. Friend, but I also want to say this, emotional connection doesn't always look the way we expect it to. Sometimes we think it has to be poetic and dramatic and dripping with words, but not every woman expresses it that way. Friend, for some it shows up in practicality, in acts of service, in remembering that you hate mushrooms or that you always sleep with one sock on. Friend, in sharing a playlist she made just for you, full of songs she never told anyone she loved, or offering to help you with something she knows stresses you out, not because it benefits her. Friend, but because easing your burden brings her peace. You have to know how to see her language of love, because if you only look for emotional connection in how you want it expressed, friend, you might miss the very real ways she's already giving it to you. And here's something else, when she's deeply emotionally connected, her walls start to drop. But not all at once. Friend, she doesn't just fling the door open and let you into everything. She tests the floor first, one foot then another. She notices how you respond when she's not okay. When she cries in front of you, friend, when she's messy, moody, or uncertain, she watches carefully. Do you flinch? Do you withdraw? Do you try to fix her too quickly so you don't have to feel uncomfortable? Or do you sit with her? Do you stay steady? Friend, that's how she knows. Not just that she can trust you, but how she can trust you. And the more she sees you as safe, the more she lets go of needing to present herself a certain way. She becomes more real, more raw. Friend. And that is such a sacred space to be invited into. That's not something anyone gives lightly. And just so we're clear, this kind of emotional connection doesn't happen with everyone. In fact, friend, a lot of people can go their whole lives without ever really feeling it. They can be in relationships, even long ones, that are built on attraction, compatibility, convenience, but not depth. Friend. So if you find yourself in something where this kind of connection is starting to form, respect it, nurture it, show up for it, because it's rare. And it requires both of you to hold it with care, friend, like a fragile thread that grows stronger the more it's honored. Now let's talk about emotional transparency, because it's something a woman begins to value deeply once she's emotionally connected. Friend. She doesn't want to guess how you feel. She doesn't want to chase clarity. She wants openness, not performance, not stoicism dressed up as strength, but truth. Even if it's clumsy, even if it's still forming. Friend, she would rather have your uncertain honesty than your polished silence. Because when she starts opening up emotionally, it's not just about her sharing, it's about the mutuality. Friend, emotional connection doesn't thrive in one direction. It needs space for both people to be human, both people to be brave. So if she starts asking more about what's going on in your inner world, friend, if she wants to understand your past, your triggers, your joys, your fears, it's not her being nosy. It's her saying, I want to love you for who you are, not just how you appear. And yes, friend, emotional connection also shows up in physical closeness, but not in the way most people think. It's not just about chemistry or lust. It's about comfort. You'll notice that she starts to relax into you. Friend, maybe she leans into your shoulder more. Maybe she holds your hand a little longer than before. Maybe she starts resting her head on your chest while you talk. Friend, or touching your arm during a conversation without even realizing it. Her body starts to communicate safety. It says, I feel good here. I feel like myself. That's huge, friend, because for a woman to let her body feel at ease around someone, to want to be close to them, not out of pressure or expectation, but out of actual connection, that means something real is happening. Friend. And let's be emotional connection also makes space for conflict. Not screaming fights or silent treatments, but honest, grounded disagreements. Because when you care deeply, friend, there will be moments of friction. What matters is how they're handled. A woman who's emotionally invested won't avoid every hard conversation. She'll lean into it, even if it scares her. Friend, she'll bring things up instead of burying them. Not because she wants to criticize or blame, but because she values the relationship enough to want it to grow. She's not there to punish you with silence, friend. She's there to build something. So if she tells you what's bothering her or what she needs more of or what hurt her, hear her. That's not drama. That's her saying, friend, I care enough about this to want it to be better. And if you ever wonder whether she's really emotionally connected, look at how she waits for you. How she gives you grace when you mess up, friend. How she doesn't walk away the moment things get complicated. That kind of steadiness comes from depth, from knowing that real intimacy isn't about perfection, it's about being in it for the long game. Friend, she's not just there for the highlight reel, she's there for the unedited version, for the mornings when you wake up anxious, for the nights when you're too tired to talk. Friend, for the chapters that don't look Instagram worthy, but still matter just as much, maybe even more. You know she's emotionally connected when your pain doesn't scare her, friend. When she doesn't try to shrink it or bypass it or make it about her. She just sits with it. She doesn't say, it'll be fine. She says, friend, I'm here. Sometimes the most healing thing in the world is having someone look at your wounds and not turn away. To be met in the parts of you that feel broken. And to have someone stay. Friend, that's what connection does. It stays, even when it doesn't have all the answers. And in the quietest moments, in the pauses between conversations. Friend, in the way she looks at you when she thinks you're not paying attention, you'll see it. That steady gaze, that softness, that knowing. Friend, that's when you realize she's not just present with you, she's with you. Not just physically, but emotionally, she's anchored, she's aware, and she's letting herself be seen too. Friend, and listen, sometimes that emotional connection doesn't come with grand declarations. Sometimes she never says the words, I'm emotionally connected to you. She might not even fully realize it herself. Friend, but her actions will whisper it, her tone will change, her patience will grow, her kindness will deepen. Her laughter around you will sound more unguarded. She'll start choosing you in small, sacred ways. Friend, over and over again. That's love taking root. That's the beginning of something that might just last. Because at the end of the day, friend, emotional connection isn't about falling in love. It's about staying in love, about choosing someone with your heart, your soul, and your presence, even when the newness fades and real life kicks in, friend. And when a woman begins to connect with you emotionally, not just on the surface, but deep down, she's saying, I see you, I feel you, friend, and I'm still here. And there's no louder declaration of love than that. Let me know if you'd like a final conclusion added, or if you want this adapted for spoken delivery, podcast format, friend, or a different style. He's a strong and emotionally resonant conclusion that ties everything together in the same warm, grounded, and reflective tone. Friend, so when you see these signs, when you start to feel that steady presence, that emotional availability, that quiet unfolding of trust, don't take it lightly. Friend, don't overlook it just because it's not loud or dramatic. Emotional connection isn't about how much noise love makes. It's about how deeply it settles in, how safe it feels, how honest it becomes. Friend, it's about the space between two people where real care begins to live, grow, and stay. Because when a woman starts connecting with you on that level, she's giving you access to something sacred, her inner world. Friend, her truth, her vulnerability. She's not just letting you see her, she's letting you matter. And in a world full of distractions and superficial connections, that kind of emotional depth is rare. Friend, it's not something you can chase or manufacture. It's something you recognize, nurture, and protect once it shows up. So if you have that with someone, honor it. Show up for it. Friend, mirror it back with your own openness and consistency. Because when emotional connection is mutual, when both people are leaning in with honesty, presence, and care, that's where the real love begins. Friend, not the kind that just burns bright and fast, but the kind that lasts, the kind that heals, the kind that feels